actually facing some economic disruptions, digitalization, and a host of others amidst the plethora of challenges which the continent has at its feet. Now, when you look at all these problems, how feasible is it, or say how feasible would the youths in this particular era, be able to actively engage in, say affairs that pertain to the African continent?
When you were asking when you were laying out the question, you mentioned the economy, right?
Yes,
I think
economic disruptions.
Yeah, economic disruptions, and let us just say it once and for all that African countries had have had political independence in the 1960s.
Yes.
All right, and what they don't have is economic independence. We need to understand that. Now, for any adult, take an adult like Dr. Asong here. Interestingly, a medical doctor and a lawyer at the same time. He's a crazy guy. I love that. And you said something very interesting, though. You lost your father. And you were with your mother. And you had a vision. And you said, I must go into that medical school. You finished with medicine and said, I must be a lawyer. You see that? And you did it right. So why can other youths not do the same? They must not necessarily be doctors like you. But that is the energy I was talking about. That focus, that determination, and that he demonstrated something. Number one, a self-discipline. Number two, he had a vision and a focus. Number three, he had to work hard on his vision, and and he was looking at the community, looking at his mother, and looking at everybody. I must be able to help. That is what everybody should do. It's not just for him. And because he had lost his father and had only the mother, you would think that he would have failed because the father figure was not there. But he braved it. That's all we are talking about. And so why did you make it when the same governments and everything are there? You would of course argue that when the government is not good, the number of you who can make it is fewer, and that is correct. Because like you said, bad governance makes a bad situation worse. It's adding insult to injury. That's what bad governance does. It adds insult to injury. We don't have to even debate that. It's established. There's no excuse for us to have bad governance, and we are saying that we'll do a lot better if our governance is corrected. We don't have to argue about that. It's a statement of fact. Now then, so it works like this. Dr. Asong was born, I think he must be about 30. 35. Yeah, 35, okay. Dr. Asong was born a particular day 35 years ago. As he came out of the mother's womb, the umbilical cord was cut. That was his day of birth. And when leaving the maternity, he was given a birth certificate. That's what every nation gets when they get independence. But see, he went to nursery school, primary school, secondary school, university, left forward center, and today who is he? So you see, that means he has had to train himself, develop thick skin and muscle to box the world. Are you getting me? And today, he's mature. And he didn't mature today, though. He matured when he was matured at 26, 27. Okay, he was already a medical doctor around 26, 27, thereabouts. He was able to feed himself. So, up until that time, technically he was receiving from the environment, receiving from his mother and everyone else. Then after he became a medical doctor, he started to give of himself into the world. Are you seeing that giving back? Though he was being paid a salary, that's not what we're talking about. He's giving back his services, he's giving back his love, and he's helping to build a community. Are you seeing that? So that is when he had his economic independence. That emerges. We all have to go through that. Is it making some sense?
Yes.
So our African countries don't have that independence. Our African countries are still babies on their mother's nipples, sucking milk. That's who they are. Our economy is in the hands of foreigners. And if you want to hear a good story about that, listen to President Traore in Burkina Faso. Listen to President Kagame. Listen to all these other young presidents who have come up. Because the younger generation, they have the Android age, and they don't know about those accords that you sign in those silly things. They say, we have gold, and we don't understand why we are poor. Explain that to us. Don't tell them any story. The gold is theirs, the diamond is theirs, everything is theirs, but they are poor and you are rich. No, it doesn't make sense. So it's a people, so it's some kind of awakening. And this mental awakening is part of that economic recovery. First, you must realize who you are and realize the resources at your disposal. Then train yourself to be able to do that. Because if you check with President Traore now, I'm speaking French now, he is training his youths to assemble computers. They are even assembling all these solar panels there. I'm sure you've seen that. And then they're purifying the gold, and I'm sure they will start cutting diamonds out there, and they will be making his lithium batteries. President Traore, in his mind, if the white man can do it, the black man can do it. There is no excuse. There is no excuse with him. So it is that mindset. When we all get that mindset that President Traore has, when we all get the mindset that President Kagame has, Africa will be liberated. That's what we need. And it's not a one-man show. It's about all the youths in Africa, everybody knowing that without economic independence, we will remain slaves forever. That's where it starts. So what do we need? We need to all be training our children. You know, like I said before, if I'm wrong, correct